Hello, you beautiful human, and welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. Apologies. Happy New Year. I have been really focusing on the Devoted and Dry January challenge in the Beyond the Boost Facebook group. Feel free to go join us over there on Facebook. The link is in the show notes. But yeah, I wanted to come on because I was just like reflecting on an experience I like literally just had. Um, and I wanted to share a little bit about it, about what I'm learning, and something that might help you in your journey with God, especially if maybe you're like me and you're just like ripping and running all the time, and um, you know that God is calling you to slow down. And you're like, how can I slow down? I have so many things to do. And I wanted to share a quick encouragement with you that God showed me. So I decided to go on a hike today because as I was like setting some new goals in the different areas of my life, which I highly encourage you to do. Quick plug. If you are looking for a really great planner and need something to help you, goal set for the new year, there is a planner called the Horatio Printing. That's the brand, but it's the Dream Planner. It's a Christian planner, and she gives you this dreams essentials, like dream planning essentials course that really helps guide you through, planning your new year, or really your quarter. It's like a quarterly thing. You can plan your quarter out, um, or at least set a vision for the quarter. Um, and in the planner, it has space every quarter to reevaluate where you are in every area of your life and like what you want to focus on for that quarter, which I've found to be really helpful. And I've been doing it for the past 3 years. But anyways, as I was reflecting on what I wanted to do, like for my spiritual well-being, I decided that, every day I wanted to have like a connection time with God. And I reframed it because it used to be like a quiet time where I would sit down, journal, read the Bible, which is great. And sometimes I think it's important to switch things up, just like in a relationship with, a partner or friendships. You don't hang out doing the same things all the time. Or maybe, if the way you've been hanging out with some friends like has always been going to a bar and drinking, then now is a really good time to switch that up, right? Because there's other ways to connect with people, and there's other ways to connect with God. And one of the ways that I've found that has helped me connect with God is like going on what I call a worship walk. And that's basically where I like listen to worship music. I kind of invite Jesus onto the walk with me. And, I like sing as I'm walking, and that's usually how I connect. But something happened a little different today. So I am planning to do some planning today. I'm planning to plan, have some thinking time. And I decided to go for a hike before I did that so I could connect with God, before I go try to dream and plan at a coffee shop. So I went on this hike, and as I'm hiking, I'm like trying to like take some deep breaths. I'm like walking, and then I start speeding up, and I'm kind of like speed walking, not really being intentional about this hike or anything like that. I'm just like trying to kind of like check the box of hiking and like, this time with God. And I'm like just kind of rushing through it. Like I'm like, okay, I need to hike fast so I can leave here on time. And I just really felt like God was telling me to slow down, and start and like be intentional with this time. And as I was like slowing down and like just noticing all the birds chirping around me and noticing just, that just the beauty all around me, I felt like God was like really telling me to like just stop and like sit. And so I was like, okay, like, can I find a good spot? And, like God's like, of course, like, and so like I ended up going to this little creek that was flowing very, very slowly. And it just reminded me of that verse, he leads me beside still waters. And it was just a really cool moment where I just slowed down for a second. And then another verse came to me as I was sitting there, because I kind of like stopped singing, and it was like I was reminded of this verse that God also like sings over us. Like he, rejoices over me with singing. Like that God also sings back to us. So I was listening to this worship song and just letting, it was almost like letting God sing over me, and just, like this restoration moment. And as I, was just kind of staying there, like looking around, looking around nature, I also was reminded that God can do more in a moment than we can do in like hours of time on our own. And God showed me this a lot lately, but it's such a good reminder for anyone who's like really busy and just doesn't think they have time to slow down. Like when we slow down to connect with God, like he gives us, the power and the strength and the clarity that we need. And also he empowers us, like to move, and and then he moves on our behalf as well. Like so it, he can do more in a moment than we can do like all on our own strength without him. And it even made me think about Jesus, and how Jesus, it says in John somewhere, guys, I'm sorry, I don't have my Bible. I'm literally recording this in my car. I felt like I needed to share this. So I'm just recording on my phone. So apologies if the quality is not well. But as I was sitting, I was thinking, I was like, in the Bible, it says that Jesus he was full of the Holy Spirit without limit. Somewhere it says that in John, in the beginning, it says somewhere that Jesus had the Spirit of God without limit. Yet he still woke up early, went to the mountainside and prayed every morning. He still got up and connected with God every day. I'm not sure exactly what it looked like, but it does say that, that Jesus would get up before everybody else while it was still dark, go to the mountainside, and he would pray. And I feel like there's something about that's so powerful, that even Jesus, who is, full of the Holy Spirit, and we have the Holy Spirit too, but he had the Spirit without limit. He was, fully man, fully God. He still took that time to connect with God. And also he did that out in nature. And I just think that there's something about that, we could emulate in our own lives. And I know that, a lot of times, like when we go to vices, it's because we're like overwhelmed, and like we're, like we're trying to de-stress. And so I think that this is just practical for all of us, no matter where you are in your journey. If you're still, drinking and like trying to quit, or if you're already like quitting, like it's so important to have connection time with God. I think it's really important to get out in nature as well. There's science behind like, how it, it calms your nervous system. It slows down your brain waves. It puts you in a different state, which helps you like just cope with life you know, in a less reactive way. And so, yeah, I really just wanted to share that, like sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. That was what I, got as I was like, as I was sitting next to, this stream. I was thinking about like, that's kind of what I thought about. Because then after I had slowed down completely and stopped and just sat, and like let him rejoice over me with singing, let him, you know, lead me beside still waters, refresh my spirit. After that, I decided to finish the trail running. And it wasn't like I need to finish this. It was like I had this burst of energy, and it was just like this physical and mental and spiritual reminder that sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. And so I really just pray that this message resonated with you today, gave you some encouragement today. Maybe, you know, maybe your homework from this is to, you know, find a way to connect with God. Maybe find a new way to connect with God. Maybe it's this worship walk that I'm talking about, where you just go for a walk outside in nature and you listen to worship music, you sing worship music, you invite God on this walk with you, you invite Jesus on this walk with you. You slow down, just try to listen to his promptings, and follow his lead, and just let yourself be refreshed by him. All right. I love you, friends. I am so grateful for this community, and I plan to be back, back to regular podcasting. But again, I am really pouring into this Facebook challenge, and this Devoted and Dry January, and also, just planning out the new year. And also, I did start my wellness coaching, and I am working with a few clients, and, my energy has been devoted with them. And yeah, and also my son didn't go back to school until last week. So I'm literally just like kind of getting back into the groove. Finally this week, having the time to, you know, goal set with God, and, envision the new year with God. And so I will be back, but I'm just taking a pause for now because you know, that's just where I'm at right now. So, but I love you guys, praying for you. I hope you enjoy some past episodes. If you haven't heard episode 10, I actually re-listened to that one this morning. I listened to my own episode. I know it's crazy, but it was actually very encouraging. It's about like gaining clarity and some lessons that God showed me last year. So definitely recommend checking it out. Episode 10, I believe. So if you need something to listen to, check that out. Otherwise, I will catch you soon. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye for now.